Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're building a toolkit, a special one that's going to take you from just saying a movie was good to really talking about the entertainment you love like a pro.
All right, so here's the game plan. We're going to start with the art of the review itself, then jump right into genres and figure out the difference between just seeing something and really watching it. After that, we'll grab some key vocabulary for the stage and screen before learning how to deliver a verdict that sounds truly insightful. And by the end, you're the critic.
So let's kick things off with a problem that, let's be honest, we've all had.
You know that feeling, right? You just saw something amazing, you loved it, but you just can't find the words to explain why. Well, this explainer is the answer. We're going to give you the specific, expressive language you need to talk about what made something absolutely brilliant, or, a total flop.
So, where do we even begin? Well, the most crucial first step before you can review anything is to know what it is, and that all starts with genre. Let's start with TV. Think of these categories as the first, most basic filter. Is it a comedy, trying to make you laugh, or is it a documentary, aiming to teach you something with facts? Knowing the genre sets the rules of the game and tells you what you should be looking for.
Take a soap opera, for example. The goal here isn't some neat, tidy plot that wraps up in an hour. No, it's all about the long, sprawling drama in its characters' lives. You wouldn't criticize it for not having a clear ending, because that's just not the point.
Or look at this. The term costume drama by itself creates a whole set of expectations, doesn't it? It immediately tells us, hey, pay attention to the historical details, the scenery, and of course, the costumes.
And here's a perfect example of a more modern genre. With reality TV, the whole point, the whole appeal comes from that promise of something real and unscripted. So your critique might be about how real it actually felt, or how interesting the situations were.
All right, so now we know what we're looking at. Let's get a little more specific with the words we use for the act of viewing itself. And trust me, it's more interesting than it sounds.
I love how this slide breaks it down. Seeing and hearing are totally passive. They just kind of happen to you. But watching and listening, those are active. They mean you're putting in effort, you're focusing. You don't just see a movie, you make a choice to watch it.
This is a perfect way to think about it. The whistle just happened. It entered your awareness. It was a passive thing that interrupted your game, and you didn't have to do anything to make it happen. But here, using the word watching changes the whole meaning. It tells us you dedicated a chunk of time, a whole afternoon, and you made a conscious choice to focus your attention on that game. That active engagement is really the heart of being a good critic.
Okay, so you figured out the genre, and you're actively watching. Now, what specific things can you actually talk about? Let's dive into the language of how these shows and films are actually put together.
Think of this table as your ultimate cheat sheet. For movies, you've got terms that are pretty unique, like soundtrack and special effects. For theater, you talk about the stage or the scenery. But check out that third column. Words like plot, cast, and actor are universal. These are the core building blocks you can use to talk about almost any performance.
And this brings us to the final and maybe the most fun tool in our new toolkit. It's time to deliver your opinion with words that have some real punch and precision.
Just look at this arsenal of words. Instead of just good, was the acting convincing? Was the plot gripping? And instead of just bad, was the story maybe a little predictable? Was the dialogue dull or just plain uninspired? These words carry so much more weight.
And here's what it looks like when you put it all together. See, this isn't just a thumbs up or thumbs down. It's a real review. It tells you why the person felt the way they did by zeroing in on specific things, the plot, the directing, and using those powerful descriptive words.
Okay, let's bring it all home. We're going to package everything we've just learned into a super simple, step-by-step process you can use the next time you finish a movie night.
And here it is, your 4 simple steps to a much better review. First, name the genre. That sets the stage. Second, think about how you engaged with it. Were you really watching? Third, pull out some specific production details to back up what you're saying. And finally, use those awesome adjectives to deliver a verdict that's clear, smart, and insightful.
So now it's your turn. Here's the challenge. Think about something you watched this week. Was the plot, say, gripping, imaginative, and memorable? Or was it more predictable, tedious, and confusing? Go on, give it a try. You'll see that when you have the right words, talking about what you watched isn't just easier, it's way more fun, and it actually makes you appreciate the whole thing on a deeper level.